Northamptonshire Football Podcast with special guest this week, Dylan Hill. Dylan, firstly, congratulations on their promotion to National League North.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, thank
Massive
you.
achievement. We're joined as well by Ant White. Ant, congratulations, Chenix, obviously winning the league this year.
Mate.
That's a massive achievement as well, isn't it?
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Obviously, Dylan joining us, Boston United. Beat one of our Northamptonshire teams this weekend in Brackley Town. But a massive achievement for yourself. Tell us about the game.
To be honest, it still hasn't sunk in, and I don't think it will until we kick off the new season. For myself, to play a part in that game was unbelievable. I think the fact that it was on TV as well. As a kid, you dream of playing on TV in big crowds and in big games like that. So for me to do it and also win it, I couldn't have asked for much more, to be fair. And I think the game on itself, it was two very, very good sides, different styles of play, and on the day I thought we deserved it massively.
No, fair play. Obviously, it was a great season for yourself. Boston finished 6th in the league. You made 34 appearances this season, played a big part in the season. Obviously, finishing that last space in the playoffs. You're obviously underdogs, but did you fancy yourselves going into them playoffs?
Defo, I think all the pressure was on us. We had to win them 2 away games at Banbury and Hereford. That Banbury game, obviously, it's a tough game. They've got nothing to lose. They were already relegated. We had to make sure we get the job done to give us a chance on Saturday. And then as we went to Hereford, listen, they're a massive club, massive fan base. There was a good following there. So for us to go there and beat them the way we did, I thought we were comfortable and got the job done. And then I think we had that momentum, and we got into them playoffs in the last day of the season, and we just kind of built on that, where others were in the playoffs and they were kind of set and they were kind of waiting for the playoffs to come around. So I think when we were in them, we just carried on with the belief that we had from them 2 games to go through into the Alfreton game.
Like you say that you were fighting to get in them playoffs, them lads were waiting. Could you tell that on the day of that game? Like, were you fitter than them?
I think we took the belief from the feeling we had from Hereford away with the fans and how much we could see it meant to them, and obviously we know how much it meant to us. And for them to bring the amount they did, I think they brought just under 1,000 to Alfreton away on a Tuesday night, and I think, well, that speaks for itself, to be fair. So for them to bring that, we could see that just drove us on even more, you know what I mean? And I feel like that, well, for me as a player, it drives me on even more. So like you say, it went to extra time and things, and I thought we just wanted it more, do you know what I mean? There are more teams, I think, the way the style they play, we stood up to everything they brought. But I do agree with that, how they were, some teams were maybe sat in it and we had the momentum and stuff. Like you say, on the game on Saturday, Brackley had, obviously they only played Chorley in the 90 minutes. We had 2 extra times before there, and like the commentators were saying on the time, we looked maybe a bit sharper than them.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because of the fans around us, and I think that just shows how much we wanted it. Not necessarily just fitness, just how much we wanted it.
Yeah, nice. Just touching on Alfreton now, how did you get on against them in this season? Do you remember?
Yeah, so I remember that away game. It was a bad away game for us. It was fairly early on in the season, and I remember we lost 4-0. And to be fair, we got beat up that day. They were the better side, hands down. What they did, they done what they do well. So for us to then play them at home, and we dominated our home game, so it was 1 apiece then, and it was we knew it was going to be an even game going into the playoff quarterfinals. So when we went there, we knew what to expect, how they're gonna put balls into the box every time, even from their own half, and just pile it on us. And to be fair, our back line, just our whole team in general, we rode the waves, and we really dug deep and really sussed it out. And then I felt like we deserved it again on the night to go and win it from penalties.
Were you expecting the same sort of performance from Alfreton, going there again away?
Yeah, defo. Listen, they're good at what they do in terms of they've got a lot of big lads. They'll use it to their advantage, and it's a tough place to go. Like it's a tough ground to go to. Their fans are good as well. But like I say, our fans came in our numbers, and we stood tall, and on the night we came out on top.
No, fair play. Obviously then that rewarded you with a trip to Scunthorpe, obviously second in the league. Another tough test.
Well, that Scunthorpe game was that was a proper football game. You know, we had a record crowd there of 8,036, I think it was, for a National League North. Like, that's just unbelievable, isn't it? I saw something not long ago. I think Scunthorpe were in the playoffs in League One come 2018. Now we're in 2024, and we were playing them at their ground, and I think that just shows. Well, it's just crazy it shows how crazy football is, isn't it? I think on the day, they're a great side. The players they've got, unbelievable. The talent they've got. For us to go there, and like you say, we were sharp again. Even though we had played extra time in the week, they hadn't played. I still thought we looked sharp, and we all dug deep, and we created chances ourselves. I thought I should have took one away. There's maybe a few others as well. They maybe had one or two or so, but like I said, I think we deserved it again on the day. How much we fought for it.
Oh, good. Obviously they're massive, weren't they? Coming down, they expected to go straight back up. Weren't meant to be. How did you get on against them in the season? Do you remember?
Yeah, we were like, it was pretty similar, to be fair. It was even. You know, they came to our place, drew 1-1. I thought we were excellent that night as well. But obviously the talent they've got, they're always going to have chances, and the talent they've got, they're going to take them. So that was 1-1, and then we went to their place. I remember we scored in the last minute to make it 2-2. So I think that also helped us going into that game with a bit of belief, knowing that we'd got that last minute equaliser last time we went there, as well as it being a little bit of a Lincolnshire derby.
Yeah.
But also the majority of it is there was a final at stake to then go up, and I felt that was the game. I was saying it to my mate. I was saying, if we win that game, we'll go on and do it. That's where I felt like, yeah, that was the time to do it.
Fair play. And obviously it turned out that the game to go up was in Northamptonshire against Brackley. Does that make it extra special for you as a man that lives in Northamptonshire? Yeah,
I think so. I think playing in your hometown and achieving something that big made it that little bit extra special. I have to give credit to Brackley because, well, in the season they beat us twice, and they're very, very good at what they do. They're a very good side with great players. But big respect to obviously our staff. We came up with a game plan, and us players delivered it brilliantly. I thought the first 20 minutes we were in the game, we give them a goal, and then I thought that goal before half time changed the game. And then I thought second half we were outstanding the way we came out the blocks, and then we didn't really give them a chance then after that, and what a way to celebrate. Yeah.
Was it, obviously being local, do you have loads of family there? Was there everyone there?
Yeah, I had my family there, then I had all my mates, because the tickets went rapidly, so I had all my mates watching on TV, texting me after saying how they saw it and stuff. So yeah, it made it extra special, and that's when I say, like, it doesn't feel real, because like your mates will just watch you on TV in a game like that. I had my mum, my pap, my missus, and my brother, Mrs. Dad. They were all there, and as soon as that whistle went, just ran straight over to them, massive hug. Then all the fans come on. It's just like that relief that you've done it.
Yeah, nice. Did you know much about Brackley, obviously being local?
I knew I hadn't been to watch them before, even though I am local. Obviously I knew them from when we played them in the season and how good a side they are. I remember playing them. I think we had 6 games left or so, and we were playing them at home. We just lost to Rushall Olympic away, and if we won that, obviously it would have made it maybe a bit easier, to say the least. It's never going to be easy, and we lost 2-1, and then it felt a bit deflated. But then, we came back with Scarborough, drew 0-0, and that's where that point became valuable to then go on and win the last 2 away games. But that's from that game, like, you knew how strong Brackley were. I think when we played them at their place before, we dominated a lot of the ball. Like, they scored 2 early goals, and then we came back in the game. They defended for their lives, to be fair. But I took confidence from that game. But then their game at our place, they were very, very good. We knew how tough it was going to be. So for us to lose twice, bounce back, and go and beat them on the biggest stage, I thought, fair play to us.
Was there any knowledge of their sort of history in the playoffs? Obviously, they've not got a great history of their Brackley.
No, yeah, obviously everyone's heard about it. There's no hiding away from it. But then you look at us as well. We've been in our league for 14 years. Boston's a massive club. We've been in the EFL, and all the players wanted to get the club back to where it wanted to be. I think the celebrations after shown how much it really meant to all the fans as well. We went back to the club and everyone was dancing on tables, flares outside the ground, jumping on cars. Like, that's just how much it means. So yeah, we knew how some people were probably thinking on the outside, oh, it's Brackley's turn, it's their time, as maybe they would, because of how many times they've maybe slipped at the last hurdle. But we didn't listen to the noise, and we just focused on what it would do to the community of Boston, to the club itself, for the fans, and to us as well as lads. You know, I've never been a part of a better group. That group is top class, and I know people can say that from other teams, but this group is unbelievable. And so yeah, we knew how much it would mean to us as well.
Obviously, a couple of lads that you have got in your group, Sam Smart, Jordan Richards, obviously they're ex-Brackley. Did they play much of a part in sort of the game plan? Did they know much about how Brackley had come at you?
They didn't really. No, I wouldn't say they maybe spoke to us about, look, that he's going to do this, he's going to do that. You know, the gaffer came up with a plan. We stood by it. We gave our all by it, and it paid off. I think I remember seeing Richo. He just fell to the floor after when that whistle went, because I knew obviously he lost in the final last year, and I could see how much that meant to him, and how much that would have hurt him. So to see that was great to see. But he's an unbelievable player. He's been superb for us this season. Honestly, a joke of a player.
Is he?
Yeah, he's so good. And then Smart, he came in halfway through the season. He's such a bright spark. You know, he's rapid as well, and all of the lads have played a massive part. Even not just talking about the game before, it's also all the other games that came prior. Like you say, before that Alfredson game when we played him at our ground, Smarty's absolutely burnt this lad and set up a goal, and things like that help us to get us to where we got to.
So obviously whistle goes, you're up. What were the celebrations like? Obviously being local, did you went back to Boston then?
Yeah. So as soon as we got back from the coach, we were out in Boston, all in the club, and just having all the fans there together, seeing everyone, getting the fans congratulating us and us saying, "Nah, thank you, like you lot deserve it, stood by us all the way." And you know, we know you've had a long wait, so it's a privilege and an honour for us to be the ones that get you back there. Yeah, it was just for my first time to experience it. You have to enjoy them moments as much as now you want to focus on next season. These moments don't come around often, so to experience that was top draw.
Oh, good. For us that don't know much about Boston now, do you reckon this group will stay together next season?
Yeah, I think it might. You never know what happens in the football world. You know, someone might go off elsewhere and feel that's the best option for them. It's whatever's best for them, innit? At the end of the day, the main thing is that we've got this club back up to the National League, and I know the main target will be making sure we stay in the National League next season and try and push as high as we possibly can. But yeah, honestly, an unbelievable group I've worked with. Never worked with a better group of lads. We've had our ups and downs, that's for sure. But I think it showed. Everyone went back to the club and celebrated with the fans, and I think that speaks a lot of volumes. No one went home and kind of just, alright, we done it, alright, let's just chill now. No, I'm on off-season now, I'm going on holiday the next day or so. So everyone went back there, celebrated, and I think that speaks a lot of volumes. So
yeah, you got much plans for summer then, like you say, holiday now, when you're getting back to training? Yeah,
so obviously now you want to rest and recover, two or so weeks off, just doing nothing, which will be nice. But like me, I like to work an awful lot, and I'll meet up with an ex-teammate of mine. I'll go down to the park every day and do a session in the gym every day, to make sure I'm ready for what will be another massive season.
Yeah. So obviously the test, the National League then, I bet it's one you can't wait for, isn't it?
Yeah, I looked at the teams that are in that league.
Who stands out for you?
I think who doesn't stand out. I mean, you got Oldham away. You're gonna have Rochdale. You're gonna have Hartlepool. Like, these are EFL clubs.
Yeah.
Some of them have even been in the Prem in our time. And Forest Green just been relegated down into it. Sutton United. It's gonna be unbelievable. And you know what I mean, you're playing in big stadiums week in, week out. But like I say at the start, that's what you dream of as a kid. That's what we wanted to give the fans. I wanted to give all of us a lot as players, So to get the opportunity to do it, listen, it's going to be tough. Every game will feel like them last that playoff final. That's how tough it will be. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be ready for it, and we're just excited to go. We can't wait for the fixtures to come out.
No, good man, fair play. Yeah, it sounds like a great season. What we're going to do, we're just going to touch back on obviously your local clubs and where you started from basically. Yeah. Obviously you had some time in Northampton Town, under 18s I believe.
Yeah.
Before that, sort of local clubs as a kid, where were you playing?
So I started off at Brixworth under Rob Jones. I have to give Rob Jones credit because what a man he is. He helped me massively. I remember. So yeah, I started off there when I was like, I think I was under 8s or 7s, something like that. I was a striker then, loved to score goals and stuff. But something that stands out for me is a great story. I dived one time, and I remember rolling around like maybe like Neymar would or something, because I seen it on TV. So I was acting like that. He brought me off, and then I was sat there, and he said if I do it again, I won't play again. And little things like that, he turned me into a better person as well as a player. So I have to give massive credit to him for what he did for me and my family. So I love my time at Brixworth, and then during that I went to like summer camps of Northampton in like October half terms when Mum was at work and something. So then I got picked up there by them to go to the development, which is 2 below the academy. Went there for a session, and then they moved me straight up to the elite after one session. Nice. So I was there then in the elite while playing for Brixworth for around about a year, maybe a year and a half. And then I went to the academy. I had 2 sessions there. Then they wanted to bring me in from around under 11s. And then ever since then, obviously, went through the academy there.
Nice. So you still got a connection to Northampton. I know you don't obviously play for them, but have you just still sort of look out for them? And
yeah, definitely. I think, like I say, I've been there all my life, even when I was young, like 6 and 7, going to the camps and stuff. And it's your local club, so I still look out for the scores. Still got lads that play there, so I text them about it and stuff, and I still want them to do well. Of course I do, for what they've done for me. It was tough being released there, but yeah, I still look out for them, and it's still such a great club and doing well right now.
Yeah, obviously I see there you done a bit of an apprenticeship there at Northampton as well.
Yeah.
They put you through some stuff at Malton College. Was that through the club, was it, the bits at Malton?
Yeah, so obviously when I was under 16s, I got offered the 2-year scholarship at Northampton around Christmas time, but mine was a bit different to everyone else's. I think because of like I've always been smaller, less physically developed than everyone else, so they gave me that extra year to try and develop. So I was classed as an extended academy schoolboy. So that for that first year, I'd be in the scholarship system. I was still with the 18s doing everything. I just wasn't classed as a full-time scholar.
Right.
So it was a different kind of journey for myself. So yeah, I worked under John Brady there, incredible coach. Helped me learn a lot. Played quite a lot of games as well there, and that helped me in good stem for the next 2 seasons. When Shane Goddard came into play, he then made me vice captain. That's when I started my proper scholarship for 2 years. So I had vice captain and then captain the next season, and I loved every minute of it, to be fair. You're doing what every young boy wants to do, playing with your mates every day, and yeah, it was brilliant to be there. I had a lot of achievement and success there. Didn't end the way I maybe wanted it to end, but everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And yeah, enjoyed it.
So who was you playing with at that time? Was there any notable players in the 18s?
Max Dyche.
Yeah,
Max Dyche was a scholar there. He's gone on to do really good things. He won promotion with Northampton last season. I know he's done well on loan at Woking, I think, this season, and he's been in around the first team. He helped me an awful lot. I still chat to him now. His hard work, determination is something that I looked up to as well. Something that I strive for. His standards. We'd always do extras after training and stuff, and we help each other. So yeah, it was great to be a part of him. I still chat to James Dadge, who's got into the first team. He played against Leicester in pre-season. I had a great game. I couldn't watch it or so, but I'll meet him up in the summer, do some training and stuff. Nice. So I still chat to a lot of people. So I think Morgan Roberts, who played the Saturday Brackley final, he was a pro, I think, when I was just starting, so I didn't really get to play with him or chat to him as much. We still knew of each other, but he's an unbelievable player as well and doing great things now for himself.
Did he congratulate you after the Brackley game? Did you speak to him?
Yeah. So after celebrating with the fans, I ran over to him and just said, like, obviously you had a great season, mate. Just all the best. Like, keep going because you're an unbelievable player. And he said congrats to me once or twice. So big respect to him, and no doubt he's going to go on to do great
He's
things.
doing big things there for Brackley. He's on the score sheet every other week, isn't he?
Mate, he's had an unbelievable season. He's one that we had to look out for sure.
Yeah.
And like you say, he scored on the day as well.
Yeah.
He's a great player. He'll go far.
No, fair play. I believe you played with was Bradders there at the time, wasn't he?
I'm not sure, was Brad Lashley in your age group?
No.
Just a bit older.
I had his brother Courtney Lashley.
Okay.
Yeah, so Courts was with Courts. He's a great lad.
Yeah,
he was in my one. I think Brad was, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years above. Yeah, but I know he's been at Chenix with you, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously he's a keeper, ain't he? So he's a good keeper. But yeah, played with his brother. He's a top lad as well.
Yeah. Managed to squeeze on that Legends game. I'm not quite
I know,
sure.
yeah.
Legends is a bit of a stretch on that. He's a legend at Chenix, but
I think it was someone pulled out on it. But no, what's John Brady like as a gaffer? Obviously, he give you your debut for the Cobblers, didn't he?
Yeah. I can't thank him enough for that. That was a dream come true for sure. He's a great manager. On that day, he gave me some really good advice before the night, and I'll always remember the team talk he gave to us young lads afterwards in the change room. Brought us in. He said, "Listen, lads, it's all about on them cold nights in December when you're out training in the morning and it's like -2 degrees and you're wrapped up and it's freezing, maybe pouring down rain, icy, anything you like." And he said that's when you got to be at it. They're the days when you got to be. Your passes have got to be on top. You got to be on touch of your touches. Do your extras after training. They're the moments that would get you to times like making your debuts. So advice like that, and the help he gave me in the first year I was into my scholarship was top drawer, and I can't thank him enough for it.
No, fair play, good man. Obviously, your time in the academy there at Cobblers, you got an award, didn't you? From the EFL give you an award?
Yes. So I got the Apprentice 11. So like they pick an 11 of who they think deserves it, and thanks to Pete Stevenson, who's the head of education there, he nominated me for it, and then luckily I was able to get it. So that was great for me to get, just to show like all the hard work like is recognised, and it is, you are doing well on as well as off the pitch, because obviously we had to stay in education for 2 years there, and I've never been the best of education, that's for sure. So it's nice to get it, yeah.
When you say like you stay in education and football, is it a bit of everything?
Yeah, so you do when you get your scholarship, you do a BTEC diploma for them 2 years, and then you can use that. Some lads might go off to, if they get let go, say, you might go off to uni. You could go and go maybe do a PT course or anything like that. It just helps you for that either afterlife of football, but as well as if you do get let go. But it would definitely help me. Like I say, we also done our coaching badges, got my UEFA C and that, so that will help me in good stead.
Nice.
So it's a big help, to be fair.
What's the?
Sorry, Jordan. Just on that, and you might not. Sorry to interrupt. So just on that, because I'm always interested in the mindset of a player that has gone through that academy journey. I mean, you've had a good 7, 8, 9 years in the academy, and you've got your 2 years, 3 years scholar in your scenario, and then you don't get pro, or you have that conversation. Your bounce back, because I look at that a lot. I look at where a lot of these young lads who look, very good in the academy environment, and they're transitioning to men's football, and the range is incredible.
Yeah.
Some you'll end up playing Sunday morning. Some will go on and be at step 3, step 2. So. But you look at him in an under 18 side, for example, and they don't see much in them. But then where they end up is such a huge difference. I mean, what was your mindset after? So you do all that work, you don't get the pro, but then to bounce back and then play at the level that you're playing at, that shows a lot. I mean, is it just purely a character thing?
I do believe it is a character thing. I think my type of character is, if you want something that bad, go and get it. Don't let anything get in your way. I think the journey was when I went into that room and got told no. My best mate, who also got told no, was waiting outside the room for me, And I came out floods of tears, and I was crying, and he was hugging me and stuff. And I'm not afraid to say that, because it's like your dream comes to an end.
Massive.
So it didn't take me too long, to be fair. So obviously I came out crying, floods of tears, and I got home that day, and I thought, well, there's no point sitting here crying to my family, saying, and obviously it's hard telling them the bad news and just saying, yeah, that's it then, and where you're going to end up. So I got straight on the phone. I was telling people, where could I try, where could I do this, where could I do that, and I went to these trials and everything like that. If they didn't work out, it didn't work out, which a few didn't, and then a few, luckily, Boston did. So I think it is a character thing of, me and my mate, after being released, we didn't have a summer break. At the end of the season you go on holiday and so off. We trained every single day for these trials, and I do, like you said, I do think it's a character thing. If someone gets released, obviously they might fall out of love with it, and they go to where you say playing on a Sunday morning or so. Obviously, as long as they're happy for sure. But like I said, I didn't want to chuck away everything I'd worked for, like say in the academy for 8-9 years, getting your debut and stuff. I think I do agree with you. It's a character thing.
I think it's a fantastic mindset, and obviously, you know, you could have gone back in, and it might not have worked out for you again on those trials or whatever. But it's almost like you've got the rewards now for having that summer where that you didn't take off. I think that's a real good example of getting your head down, because you know you hear about all the knockbacks in football, don't you? There's loads that lads get, and it is about, for me, that sort of that continual bouncing back from, you know, tough times, and I just think that's a real testament to you, and I think it's a great example of not having the summer off, because you never know where you can have it. You've gone back trial, and we just talked about your run now to get into National League. Almost all of that, I mean, you couldn't write some of the stuff that you've just gone through as a side, you know, the penalties, the scum drops away and everything like that. But that almost feels to me like a justification of that attitude of, okay, so they've said no, I'm going to work myself way back in, you know, I'm going to go, I might have to go back down to the bottom, but I'm going to work my way back up.
No, thank you, mate. I think you also got to know your why you're doing it. I think like on Saturday before that game kicked off, I looked over and obviously seen your family and that, and you think, yeah, that's my why today, and that should be your why every day. Obviously I do it because I love the game, but also for the people that have helped me get to where I am, the times they've stood in the cold and things like that. As soon as I got let go, I thought, well, all them times that I would have been taken here, there and everywhere, all across the country, long journey, staying overnights, everything that everyone's done for me, I can't just then throw that back in their face. So it wasn't even just for myself, it was to show respect and that, I'm going to do it for you guys as well as myself.
Fantastic attitude to have, man.
Thank you.
Who can I ask who the lad was with you that got released the same day?
Yeah, Rico Duggan.
Right,
he is what a lad he is. He got let go the same day, but I think he was ready for something new, and he's doing himself really well now. Like, we started a bit of coaching together to help you. Like, that's the reason why we started our coaching, to try and help young lads and just enjoy the game again. I think when we were younger, like, I'd meet him up and go to the park, play football from, and a lot of my other mates as well, playing the cages and play from 9 AM till your mum says come in from dinner. I think that I don't know if it happens nowadays or not, but I don't see many of it happen now. And I think that's such a shame. So I think for us to do our one-to-ones and stuff, it's just to get them kids out the house and playing football again for the enjoyment. Because I don't think you see enough of that now, and I think it's such a shame.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's too professionalised too early, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to let them breathe, you know, up to a certain age and get a real love for the game, which you get from playing with your mates and doing that. You know, you see them out now with poles and cones down the path at about 4, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, doing your A for A sessions with a 4-year-old. You know, I mean, it's like, but I mean, that is the way the game's gone to a certain extent. But that enjoyment really comes from those early days of just...
Definitely, I agree with you.
No pressure.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's like my time at Brixworth. I think we used to finish our games, bring the goal down near the clubhouse, and we'd be playing out there while the parents have a drink and that. We'd be playing out till it gets dark, and then we go and have a sleepover at your mates and that. I think it's such a shame how maybe it's changed a little bit now, because that's how I learned my football, by myself. Obviously I didn't have one-to-ones or anything, and I didn't have, say, like like a lot of lads might have their dad to go and have a kickabout and stuff like that. I literally done it myself with my mates, playing in a cage in a tough area, and that teaches you to toughen up, and I think that's the best way to learn personally. So when I take these kids out, obviously try and teach them maybe how I learn, but just to enjoy the game. That's the main thing.
Fair play. So your one-to-ones, are they totally different to some of the stuff out there as well then, are they?
I think so. I think you see a lot that are quite strict, and they'll have a go if they misplace a pass or anything like that, because the standards are so high. And I agree, your standards have to be high if you want to be a footballer for sure, but also make the session fun as well as they're getting a bit of learning into it. Because at the end of the day, then they'll go home and they might go in the garden then for hours practicing what you want to teach them.
Yeah.
And I think that if they're doing something like that, then that's fine. Then I've done what I wanted to do. If they don't, if they go home and they say, "Oh, Mum, I don't want to go back next half term," then it's a really wake up call for me, because that's not how I wanted it to set up.
No. Where can we find your coaching sort of link and stuff if people are interested in getting involved?
Well, you can go on Instagram. We call it RDH coaching because it's me and Rico. Obviously I'll be doing a lot of it more now, but I can send out my number however that's best to do. That's how we just do it, and anyone that's interested, we get involved and just help as many kids as we can.
Yeah, nice. No, I'll share it as much as I can as well, get you involved. So you got released from Northampton there, so you went trials and stuff. Where else did you have trials?
It was mayhem, to be fair, mate.
All over.
So when you get released, you can go to like LFE trials, which are given out to all the scholars. So me and Rico went down to there, a few other Northampton boys as well. We thought that went really well, and then I got a sheet that came back of who was interested and who wasn't. He had like Solihull Moors, Boston were on there, there was a team out in Dubai, obviously a few American things. Well, I didn't fancy. I wanted to stay in England. I mean, Dubai maybe for a holiday, but no, I didn't want to go out there and play. But yeah, so, and then we also had the Loughborough week away, which is set up with basically the same thing with the Premier League. You get a trial game at the end as well as a bit of training, and we thought something would come from that. Nothing came from that. No. So that was a kick in the teeth a bit. We learnt a lot, don't get me wrong, that week, but that was we felt like we'd done enough to maybe get something, so that was a shame. But yeah, like I say, went to a lot of trial games as well. Like I say, nothing went from that, so that was kind of that. My first real kind of trial was Solihull Moors, and I was 19 turning 20 this season, and I went there. They thought I was 18 turning 19. Now this is crazy, because I went there, I had the session and everything. That's from the LFE trials. They found me, and I trained really well, and they said, yeah, like, we really, really like you and stuff. And then I think that, I don't know how it came about. My age came about, and I mentioned how I'm 19 turning 20. He went, "Oh, so you're 19?" I went, yeah, I'm 19. And so you're not 18? I said, no, I've just said I'm 19. And he says, well, I'm sorry, we're going to be able to offer you a deal then, because it's only from a first year pro. So only give it from the 18 to the 19 if you get released, obviously, from the scholar, however. So for that, and that was kind of like my last resort. That was kind of the last place before we obviously got in touch with Boston. And that was a real kick in the teeth, because I didn't even do anything wrong then. That wasn't them saying, yeah, we don't think you're a good enough player. That's like, oh, mate, what have I actually got to do? Change my age now to actually get somewhere, to get a club, and that just shows how hard it was. Then obviously went back to Harbour in pre-season, then Boston got in touch.
Yeah, obviously you mentioned Harbour there, played for them for a while. Yeah. And then Mitch.
Yeah, oh, what a guy, what a club. Everyone there is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I loved every second of it. I learned so much under Mitch and under all the lads. I had a spell at Wellingborough before that as well. We'll touch on that obviously probably in a minute, but my time at Harbour was fantastic. I think I played better football there, me personally. Obviously I enjoyed it at Northampton and stuff, but me personally as a player, I played my best there than maybe I did at Northampton. I mean, I played 15 games, scored 2, got a few assists, and I felt like I was the main man. As cocky and arrogant as it may sound, but I felt like the world just was wanting to see me play football, and Mitch gave me that freedom, that love for the game again, because I went through a bad spell at Northampton of not losing love, but just not enjoying it as much and Mitch just made me enjoy that so much more. So I can't thank Harbour and people like him enough.
No, obviously just going to squeeze in there. Obviously massive congratulations to them getting promoted as well.
Yeah, massive congrats.
So Mitch doing wonders there. Yeah, so obviously you say you enjoyed your time at Harbour, but you mentioned there before that it was Wellingborough Town.
Yeah, I can't thank them enough either. To be fair, they great people there. Jake, Brett, everyone there. Like I say, I had a tough spell at Northampton for a bit, and I felt like I needed to get out on loan, playing men's football. I think that was the main thing for me. So I went there. I only played 5 games, but that taught me a lot as well, and it brought my confidence back. They just, like I say, they like Harbour did. They gave me that free role: get the ball, just play. Get the ball, just play. And we didn't lose in them 5 games. I think we won 3, drawn 2. And I learned a lot of people like Brett, who's had a great career as well.
Why was that you were only there for 5 games?
Because then I felt we needed a bit of a bigger challenge in terms of a upper league. So Northampton recalled me and then went into Harbour. And that's where obviously...
Oh, were you on loan there from Cobblers then?
Yeah, so I was on loan from Northampton to Wellingborough, recalled on loan straight away to Harbour.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. Sound. Nice. Obviously, just squeeze it in before we move on. Another team promoted as well this season, Wellingborough. So obviously, massive congratulations to Jake and the team
congratulations,
there.
Congratulations,
yeah. They've had when they won the, I don't know the name of it to be honest, the UCL switch over, wasn't it?
Champions.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously great season for them.
They won the double as well, didn't they? They won a cup, didn't they?
Yeah, that was that one. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
So yeah, massive season for them. Congratulations then. Obviously rounding it back then. Obviously after you said about your trials and that.
Yeah.
You went back to Boston. Or you went to Boston. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were you thinking when you first went in? Obviously it's miles away.
Yeah. So I went back in there. They said so I stayed in a hotel from the Thursday to the Saturday. They had been in pre-season a week before, so I came in. Obviously, they wanted to look at me again for another 3 days. I had the Thursday session, Friday. Then we played just a local Boston Town because it was the start of pre-season. It was the first game. Played 45 minutes there. Thought I'd done well, to be fair. Then they wanted me for another week from the Monday to the Saturday. And we played Doncaster Rovers on a Tuesday and Lincoln City on Saturday. Then after that, they wanted to bring me in. And I just love how the sessions are done and everything. The gaffer's great, and so is the assistant manager. All of them, can't fault them enough.
Who's the gaffer there?
Ian Culverhouse. He's been immense for me, to be fair. Big respect to him. He's helped me massively. And same as Simo, the assistant manager, and also Paul Bastock works there. I could speak about everyone, to be fair. Ben, sports scientist, Carol, physio. They're all amazing people there. Just want to do the club proud. But yeah, went there. That was, like I say, long journey, hour 45 there and back every time we went there. So I stayed in the hotel there. Obviously got then offered, do you want to be a part of the squad, sign on for Boston. It was brilliant, felt that little bit of relief after being released and stuff like that. And it was a great level, massive club, and it's run properly. It really is run properly, so I was really excited for it. And then season come round and stuff, and I was out there. I wasn't in the squad for a couple games or so, and I knew, so I'd just be patient, head down, keep working hard. Chances will come and stuff, and then I started to get a sniff a bit more. I was coming off the bench here and there. Then sooner or later, started starting, and it all worked out in the end. All that hard work.
What was it like? Obviously, first game of the season. Your name's not on the team sheet. Were you alarm bells, or were you? Were you calm?
Well, I was happy that they wanted me to travel with the squad, and then obviously you found out when you get there, and I was a bit like, it felt like just another setback after such bad news. So it was bad news, and obviously good news to sign there, then straight away bad news. Because for me, if I'm obviously not involved or something, I'm straight away thinking, what am I doing wrong? What can I do next week then to try and improve it? Doing my extras, things like that. But like I say, then you can't get too down about stuff. You have to then come back in Monday morning with a smile. And like it happened for a few games, and then obviously I kept working hard and learned more and more off Gaffer, Simo, everyone around, and then had my chance, and I've enjoyed playing under the Gaffer ever since.
Yeah, no, fair play. Where did you make your debut?
It was Southport away. We won 2-0. I came on when it was 1-0. Played a part in winning a pen. I didn't personally win it, but I played a part in the build-up, and then won that 2-0, and it was a great day, to be fair.
Relief when the
Yeah,
gaffer says, get warm.
Yeah, when I was warming up and that, he goes, yes, Dill, let's go. I was like, whoa, like my heart sank a little bit, you know, because it was just going to be a great feeling to make your National League debut.
Yeah. No, good. And then obviously, so 34 appearances obviously this season.
Mm-hmm.
You got 1 goal against Banbury.
Yeah, I would have liked to get more. Definitely would have liked to get more. But like I say, I've done jobs at left back, right back, wing back at time this season. So, but then that Banbury game, a lot of the lads in the changing before were saying, "It was your turn to score now. Like you ain't scored this and that. You got to do this dance when you score, so on and so on." So they give me a bit of banter about it, and I was saying, "I know, I really do want to do it." So then when it went in, scored, and then apparently the liner was flagging it. So then we've celebrated, I've gone mad, and then I turned round and I'm like, what? So I'm running back over to the liner. I'm saying, mate, there's nothing wrong with it. Let's just get on with the game like that. Luckily he gave a big cheer to the crowd on that, and then I was just over the moon. I did. I actually forgot. I didn't want to be too cringy, mate. I didn't want to start dancing on the pitch when we win 1-0.
Couldn't you do the dance
and then we lose or something?
Well, then it gets flagged and it's not a goal.
Exactly, that's what I mean. But forgot to do it in the changing room after. But then we done it after Alfreton, I think it was. Yeah, it's just a bit of a laugh, isn't it?
Is there a clip of the goal anyway? I couldn't find it.
It's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. Little weak foot, left foot, bottom corner.
Yeah. And
that was against. Oh, he's gonna hate me for saying it, but that's against my mate Dadgy as well.
Yeah.
James Dandy, he was on loan there. And a few of us were saying before that, it's just written that I'm going to score against him my first goal. And he did it and he was fuming, because I came back out in that second half and the sub keeper went to me, Dadgy's fuming with you don't do that again. So yeah, it was all a bit of a laugh.
So obviously you sound happy at Boston.
Yeah, mate, honestly, loved every minute of it. Like, just it. When you're a kid and stuff, and you want autographs of people, and you want photos of people, and now you're that guy to them Boston kids and their fans. So that for me is amazing. After the game, going up to them, giving autographs, things like that. But also just like playing at a great level with unbelievable players, like experienced players, Michael Boswick, Zach Mills, Martin Woods, like all these players have played at the top level, and to learn off them and to learn off gaffers like Ian Culverhouse, off coaches like Simo, Bastock. I couldn't have asked for anything better, and now it's about working hard and going again.
Do you reckon, going into National League now,
yeah,
you lads got enough to sort of secure your position there? I know it's a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Big challenge obviously, but
yeah, definitely.
Can you see yourself doing alright in that division?
Yeah, I have every belief that we can do it. Like I said, we've had a lot of ups and downs this season, but ultimately, like I said, it was the best group I've ever worked with, staff-wise as well, and everyone in the club. And I think we've got enough quality to do so. Like I said, we have to enjoy what we've just done, because like I said, don't come round often. But I know that all the lads can't wait for that fixture list to come out. It's good. Don't get me wrong; it will be tough. There's such good teams in there, but we believe we're a good team with a great fan base and a great players.
Well, it's
so
a big
confident.
club, isn't it?
Yeah, a massive club,
It's a big
mate.
club. It's
yeah.
a big town. I've
Yeah.
got a bit of an invested interest because my father-in-law lives out that way, so we go and see him. I'll try and go to a game. The stadium is like fantastic.
Oh, unbelievable.
Real sort of.
Yeah.
Well, when you said they've been in that division for, did you say 16 years?
Yeah, it's right. I think
That was a shock to me. I thought of them as a higher club. Like,
yeah.
well, that's a shock that they've been down in that. Well, I wouldn't say down in the division, but they've been in that division.
Financially bits, didn't they? If you find it, maybe going back sort of 10, 15
I
years
think so.
ago.
I can't. I'm not too sure about it. Obviously, just joining this season, I didn't know everything. But obviously, the chairman and the owners have done an unbelievable job.
Yeah.
Like you said, that new
Fantastic
stadium that you.
setup.
Yeah, mate, unbelievable. Like we train next to the stadium, get lunch after. It's top draw. They used to be part-time.
Well, I was just going to touch on that because obviously I follow them on the socials and stuff because that bit of invested interest, and they talk about that hybrid model quite a lot.
Yeah.
So what's that mean then? Is that where you part-time?
It's basically full-time.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, you are basically full-time. So we're in on a Monday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday off, in Thursday, Friday, game Saturday.
Okay.
But you know how football works. You're always gonna have a game on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So we're in Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, game Saturday.
Okay.
So it's literally basically full time.
So lads would obviously have to juggle that with some type of job.
Some have it, yeah. Some people have a bit of work to do. But then again, I think a lot of them would have been used to it before, because sometimes a lot of clubs would have been part-time in that league as well.
Yeah.
Now going up to the National League, I think almost every club is full-time.
Yeah.
But hybrids, it works really well.
Yeah.
You're in enough that the lads get a good connection with each other
Yeah.
and work well together. But yeah, they can juggle with work and stuff like that. Obviously, I do a bit of coaching every now and then.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to be careful with not feeling too fatigued, because main priority is a game on a Saturday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been just a great enjoyment of it.
So you travel over there?
Yeah, so we'll travel on, I have a car school, me and another lad, we go up on a Monday, come back the Monday, same again Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, but some lads will stay Thursday and Friday,
Yeah.
because some have travelled even further than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a big commitment,
Yeah.
but a great one,
Yeah.
for sure, definitely.
Oh, that's good. Will the club sort you out if you wanted to stay up there? Would they pay
Yeah,
for it?
yeah. They'll help us out. They're good like that, you know. They'll help us out. We're up there on Thursday to celebrate again, and I'm sure they'll help us out with a few hotels if need be. So they're great like that. They're just a good, you know, what they give to us is just it helps us to them and makes us feel better that we've then given this back to them, you know.
Oh, fair play, man. Obviously, just a few questions there. Just random questions. You got more on Boston, sorry?
No, that was it. I just finishing off. I do think it's a great move, and you know, a great club. I mean, it is a bit, you know, it is quite far, but it's not a million miles away. Is
No,
it?
yeah,
a good standard. And having been over there, so I sort of got a feeling for the place. Fantastic move for you. But like you say, you know, very much well deserved. And you know, you're going over there on a bit of a trial. You've got to force your way in, and it's been about being patient and doing the right things and everything like that. So to bide your time and get into that level, and no, I think it's a fantastic move, and
Thank you.
and a great opportunity to get yourself back to where you wanted to be, probably maybe 2 or 3 years ago after the Northampton.
Yeah, like you said, there's still so much more to do. You know, we've had it's been a great season. But as soon as you have your holiday and that, and you come back to training, just straight away focused on the next one, innit? You want to have another successful one.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you got to work for it.
What's the long-term aim? Obviously, with Boston, obviously, you want to do well next season.
Yeah.
But can you play at the top level again? Get back up to sort of football league again?
Yeah, that's my dream. I you know, I have full belief in myself to do so. All the hours of hard work that I put in, and hours off and on the pitch, with diet and everything, like, it just helps you for the long run, and I'm sure I can do it for sure. I'm just taking it day by day, to be fair. To have the disappointment of last summer to the great success of this summer, I'm going to enjoy it, that's for sure, because it was really tough last summer. But yeah, I do believe I can do it, but I know that I do need to work on a lot of things, for sure. Yeah. I'm still only 20, just turned 20. So I've got a lot of things I need to work on, off and off the pitch as well. So I am excited for it, and I do believe I can do it, but there's a long way to go.
Good man. No, sound. I think you got, obviously, like, for a lot of players I've spoke to, you got your head screwed on, and you know what I mean. You're in the right.
That's what comes across, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you see, got your head screwed on and everything like that. And I mentioned it earlier. You see them ones that have that first bit of disappointment, and it's like, right, that's the end of the journey. When actually, you know, you're only just sort of, you know, in and around 18, 20. It's the start of it, really.
Yeah, for sure, mate.
You know, your footballing career. So, you know, a great example for younger lads coming through, just to say, you know, if you don't get a pro contract after all that year at the club that you're at, I mean, football's huge now, isn't it?
Massively.
You know, and the investment at clubs right through the pyramid now. You can go and get your enjoyment at a good standard.
Definitely.
As long as you're prepared to sort of go away and have the right application and attitude.
Definitely, like you say, it's for a young lad to come out, just go back and enjoy the game. If you come away from it, if you can't get as high as you can go, just go to somewhere where you're going to be playing week in, week out, get them appearances under your belt, and you just start fresh again. Obviously, you might have to pick up something on the side, of course, but if you really do love the game, play it. It doesn't matter where you're playing it. Just enjoy the game.
Absolutely.
For sure, I agree with you.
No,
on that.
spot on. Yeah, just a few questions I pulled off.
Yeah.
Moving away from your clubs and stuff, but obviously a season in National League North. Who's the best player you come across in that division?
Got to think now. Oh my word. Who we got in that? You got a lot of players from Scunthorpe. You got a midfielder Butterfield. I think you got Roberts, who plays out wide. I think he was at Notts County last year or something. Top players. Some others I'm thinking of. This is it. Hereford away. Played against Lawson Diath in the midfield, and he used to be at Northampton, didn't he? And I remember there was someone on my phone. I was in year 7, and I went and they just won League 2, so we went there. You could have a picture with the players and all that, and I got a picture with him, and then I was playing against him on that Saturday, and I got a picture obviously playing against him. So I think something like that actually just tops it off, doesn't it? But yeah, I'd say people like Lawson Diath. You also had who came on Andy Williams. I might have started something. He was at Northampton. So big names that played in the EFL, you know, even from our own team. So yeah, players like that. So.
Yeah, no, fair play. What's the best ground you've played at this season?
Don't want to say it because I think our ground's the best, and obviously it's a Lincolnshire derby sometimes. But obviously that semi-final at Scunthorpe, getting 8,036, you can't say it's not. You know what I mean? That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So I sort of split this question into two. I was going to ask about the best atmosphere at a ground, but I assume it'd be 8,000 in a ground.
yeah. Definitely. I think, to be fair, the Alfreton game stands out for me as well, though. I think the amount of following we brought there for Tuesday night, and they were singing the whole way through, like from our end. That stands out for me definitely. But yeah, that Scunthorpe one, wow. You come out. We came out before the warm up, so you know when you check the pitch and all that, you still got like an hour and a bit till kick off, and everyone's still chanting.
Yeah. You
know, police escort to the ground and things. Everyone's waiting outside, giving you the odd finger or two as you're coming in. An atmosphere like that was mental.
You're looking forward to that, obviously, week in, week out, like you said, big grounds.
Yeah,
season.
Definitely. That's what you live for as a kid, isn't it? You know, you've got to learn to deal with that.
You've sort of half answered this one, but who are you most looking forward to playing next season? If you could put your finger on one of them.
I gotta say probably
Solihull after the.
Yeah, maybe after the after the age issue. Yeah, maybe. I think someone like Forest Green. I remember it was literally only like 2 years ago when Northampton didn't get promoted. Do you remember that Bristol Rovers game?
Yeah.
And Forest Green, I think they won the league that year or something, didn't they?
Might have done.
It might have done something like. I remember them playing them that year. So I think in the space of 2 years to playing someone like that.
Yeah.
For myself to get to play someone
that
like that would be amazing.
That was Scunthorpe as well, wasn't it? That
yeah,
lost.
Scunthorpe as well. That lost to 7-0. Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it that day. But yeah, someone like that, or like I say, EFL teams like Hartlepool, Rochdale. Could name them all, to be fair.
Yeah.
Big clubs in there.
Yeah.
No, other than obviously the promotion at the end of the season, what was the most memorable moment of the season for you?
I'd say scoring the goal against Banbury. I loved that game. I'd say Peterborough Sports stands out for me as well, because I think it was a great atmosphere. We had a lot of injuries as well at the time, and I think that brought the group was so well knitted together. We had a few suspensions as well, and we went there. We won 2-0. Yeah, a bit of a derby, and I loved every minute of it. So that, for me, that stands out as a highlight for sure.
Yeah, no, fair play. And what you've done with your winner's medal?
Yeah, it's hanging up in my room. One of the lads lost theirs,
Are they?
so I'd be fuming if that was me.
Would the league not give him another one? No.
I'm sure they'd sort it out, I would have thought, but I'm not surprised he lost it when the fans all came running in.
Yeah.
But
Someone's sitting at home with that.
Yeah, so that for a few quid. But yeah, just got it hanging up. I didn't stop wearing it all night, to be fair, when we got back to the club.
No, fair
It's
play.
class.
Where's the trophy now? Is it at the club?
Yeah, at the club. Like I said, we'll be up there Thursday, just to do like a meet and greet with the fans and that, because not everyone. They only gave us 900 tickets. at
There's a
Brackley.
load at the ground that watched it, weren't there?
Yeah,
On
load.
the big on the
Well,
big
that,
TV.
that just shows how big of a club Boston is. The fan base that we still took there, thousands still went there, waiting outside the ground, and it was all worth it in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that shows.
No, fair play, man. Obviously, again, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you, mate.
It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. No,
I
loved it.
appreciate it. Obviously, good luck next year. We'll be watching, hoping you do well.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate
Nice.
that.
Cheers, then.
Yeah, cheers, boys.